Hi, just received a brand new Smokin-It Model 2 electric smoker via FedEx. Came just a few minutes ago, and I'm going to open it up and get it set up, and I'll hope to be able to show you that process. So let's get started here. This is actually my second smoker. My first one I got was a Brinkmann Gourmet Electric, just an inexpensive one that I wanted to try out the art of smoking meat to see if I'd like it, and my wife and I both like it very much, and we enjoy the food that comes off. So we wanted to get something a little better and give us a little more control. The Brinkmann had no heat control, so you were limited what you could do with that. This one does have the heat control, and it's also insulated, so it should give us much better service. Let me get it out of the box. Here's what it looks like inside there, and on top in the envelope there's a nice note that says, "Gary, thank you so much for your purchase," and it's signed by the owner of the company. Oh, that's a nice touch. Okay, I'm not going to bother you watching this because it's going to take me a bit to get it out of there. It's fairly heavy, and I'll be back when I have it out of the crate. Okay, I got it out of the box and I have it turned upside down. They say on the website that it comes ready to use, and that's probably true, except not quite. I have to screw the four casters into the feet, and it's not a big deal, and they even give you the wrench to do it with. So I'll get that done. Very simple. Okay, casters are on, and it's sitting right side up. Now I have to remove all the packing material from inside. These cardboard. These are the shelves. It comes with 5 shelves. This is a seafood shelf. It's got a fine mesh screen on it so that small bits of food, seafood, can't fall off of there. And then there's the regular shells. There's 4 of them. And then this is a drip pan. And the drip pan goes under here. There's a hole in the bottom. The bottom's tapered, and any of the meat juices will drip down there and then through the hole into the pan. There's also a little trough in front of the door, because sometimes you get some drippage from the door, and that also has a hole. So apparently we will position this so it's under both of those holes and catch whatever happens to fall out of there. There's the 4th tray, and there's styrofoam. This came with plenty of styrofoam, which I absolutely hate, but not much you can do about that. And then this is the box that you put the wood in that makes the smoke. And this is the heating element. More styrofoam. And what I will do next is to just clean this out a little bit. There's all little bits of styrofoam in there. And then the next step after that will be to season it. And I'll show you how to do that when I get this cleaned up. Okay, I should say a little bit about the construction. My first impression, it appears to be very well built. It's quite heavy, very sturdy. It's all stainless steel, riveted and screwed and bolted, and the door, as you can see, is about 1 inch thick, and that's all insulated. So I'm very impressed with the quality of the build on this one. The side racks, I didn't realize, but they just pop right out like that. Those are the slots where the shelves slide into, and that, as well as the shelves, can just go right in the dishwasher to clean. And it doesn't do me much good because we don't have a dishwasher. I know, old school, but what are you gonna do? But I'll leave those in, and it said take the shelves out, put about 4 ounces of wood in the wood box. Now, I happen to be a woodworker as well as a gardener and other things, and I've never dealt with wood measured by weight before, so I'm just kind of guessing. It came with this little bag of hickory plugs, and I'm guessing these are maybe 2 ounces, so I'm guessing 2 of those would be 4 ounces, and that's what they're recommending to put in. I happen to have some hickory chunks from my old smoker left over, and I think I'll use them up first. So, slide this out, and I'm just going to put 2 of them in there. I think I'm fairly close to 4 ounces. I looked up on the internet, and they tell me that typical cell phone weighs about 8 ounces, so I hefted my cell phone in one hand and those in the other, and I'm guessing that's fairly close to the 4 ounces. And then close up the door. I don't probably need the drip pan, but I'm going to leave it there just in case. Who knows what might come off of here during the seasoning process. I don't think it's going to be anything, but just to be safe, we'll leave that. The door closes very tightly. It's got locking casters, which I should probably lock to prevent it from rolling all over the place here. And the door seals very tightly. And then it's said to put the heat on about 210 degrees, and I'll do that. And let it go for about 4 hours. So I'll do that, and then tomorrow I plan to make my first meal on it, and I'm going to do some baby back ribs, and I will show you how I do that, and realizing, of course, this is my first time with this smoker, but I think it's going to come out just fine. So we'll let that go, and pretty soon the smoke will come flying out of there, and we'll be all set. I'll get a close-up shot of the top here so you see what the control and everything looks like. It's just got a nameplate, and there's some smoking tips, and then the control knob. You just turn it and set your temperature for whatever you want it. Like I said, we're going to go for about 210 for this break-in period, so we'll leave it there and let it go. I moved the camera to a different angle so you can see it a little bit better. It's been about 15 minutes now, and as you can see, it's really smoking away pretty good. And I'm getting just a little bit of smoke out of the top edge of the door, and that, again, I understand is normal until it heats up real good. And obviously the very first time it's been turned on, I'm sure it's going to be more so than other times, but I'm very impressed with this so far. So far, so good. Can hardly wait to make them ribs tomorrow. Okay, that's all I'm going to do for now, and I'll see you tomorrow when I get started on making my ribs.